How about those Hoosiers, folks? Indiana with a 63-10 win over Illinois. The biggest win in program history. The biggest win in the losingest program in the Power Four, IU. Indiana, they stink. They're historically trash. Everyone clowns on them. They're garbage. Kurt Signetti is the real deal. His coaching staff is the real deal. His players are the real deal. Indiana with the biggest program win ever over a ranked opponent. They just knocked off a top 10 team. I don't care if Illinois is trash. I don't care if Illinois does not deserve to be a top 10 team or they're not a top 10 team or whatever, because that narrative's there. I don't care. Indiana, 63-10. They held Illinois to 2 rushing yards. They sacked the holy heck out of Luke Altmaier, which I said was a big key to this game. I said that Indiana's offensive line was going to be better than Illinois' offensive line, and it was. Illinois' offensive line was a weakness. Everyone kept saying the lines of scrimmage for Illinois. The lines of scrimmage. That's all I heard was the lines of scrimmage, and I kept telling everybody, Illinois' offensive line. Altmaier got sacked a good deal against Duke, and he got sacked against Western Michigan. Indiana's offensive line was better than Illinois' offensive line. Mendoza was sacked twice. First on a blown coverage on Drew Evans. Bad blocking scheme there by IU. And the second, Mendoza held the ball a little too long, but that's okay. 2 sacks. Mendoza got sacked twice. Illinois, Altmaier was sacked 6 times. He threw a pick. 1 blown coverage on defense for Indiana. Gave up a touchdown early to Illinois. But Indiana, my goodness, what a performance. Fernando Mendoza is making a case for the Heisman race. Fernando Mendoza is making a case to be a first-round draft pick. Indiana, a team that people said was going to regress this year. A team that they're not going to have a repeat. It was a Cinderella run. Their non-conference schedule was trash. They're not the real deal. They're not going to be able to win these big games. This is a good team, America. Indiana football is good. They are really good. They're great. I know they lost to Ohio State and Notre Dame last year, the 2 best teams in college football last year in the national championship game. I am so blown away at Indiana. I don't know how long this is going to last. I don't know how long Signetti's going to coach. I don't know if Indiana will keep Signetti. I hope and pray they do. Success is fleeting, though. It can change. All things can change. But right now, Indiana is good, and I'm relishing in it. I am grateful so much that Kurt Signetti came to IU football. Not for me, but for Indiana's fans. I mean, I'm an Alabama fan, and people know this. I've rooted for Alabama since I was a wee lad, and I love Alabama football, and I've seen 6 national championships in my lifetime, more so than most teams will ever win in people's lifetime. I don't need to see Indiana win for gratification. I've had Alabama my whole life, but something about Indiana, I just have felt so much for their fans. They've just endured so much suffering. The losingest Power 4 team, Power 5 team in history. Their basketball program has completely fallen off the skids after the NCAA screwed them. I feel bad for their fans. I know a lot of people don't like IU fans, and I get it. But you can say that about any fan base. I mean, you can say that about any team's fans. But Indiana, they just deserve, like everybody else, to have their moment in the sun. This could just be a fleeting thing. It could be a couple years, and it all goes away. But right now, I think we should acknowledge that Indiana is good and that Kurt Signetti is the real deal. And let Indiana fans have their moment in the sun. Everyone calling them annoying. I don't understand it. I don't know why Indiana just can't be that team. I know most of you guys in the chat, are not like that. You guys are awesome. I appreciate you guys to death. But so many people on social media are just clowning still on this team. They just do not want Indiana fans to have any validation that this team is good, that they are a good team. That is what blows my mind. Most of the time when you have a Cinderella run, like a program that normally isn't good, that just comes out of nowhere and has some success. Boise State, people didn't trash Boise back in the day when they were really good. Most people get excited when teams like this do good. But when it's Indiana, it's not okay. The media is just not okay with Indiana. I mean, I honestly think everybody should apologize to Indiana football. And I'm not that type of person. I'm not into the apologizing, offended type stuff. I'm not like that. But the amount of trash talk that people gave to Indiana today, you know what I'm saying? Like the amount of trash talk leading up to this game from Illinois fans. Where are they? Honestly, where are the Illinois fans? Where are they? They've completely disappeared. Just like Nebraska did last year. Gone. Where's Kirk Herbstreit and where's everybody else today that said that Illinois was a significantly better team than Indiana and that Indiana basically had no shot to win? And I'm specifically calling out Kirk Herbstreit because he was the most abrasive when it came to Indiana. Basically, I wouldn't say Indiana slander, but just not, giving this team any credit, any value at all. I mean, you're watching the games, right? Like, I flipped on Florida-Miami late in the third quarter. And you know what I saw? You know what? During the Florida-Miami game, I flipped it to that game. Do you know what they were advertising during the game break? And I know all this is networking. We know NBC is not ESPN. They don't want to advertise that. But you know what I saw? They were advertising Texas blowing out Sam Houston State. They were advertising Arch Manning's 5-touchdown day against Sam Houston State. I didn't see any network talking about Indiana's win over Illinois. I didn't see any of it. None of it. Not one network, not one media analyst is talking about this win. I can guarantee you, if it was the other way around, if Illinois had won 63-10, it'd be all over the news. Illinois, they're a legit playoff contender. They're good. There's nothing. Nobody's talking about this team. Mendoza is a Heisman contender right now. Now, 14 touchdowns, no picks. Completion percentage is almost 80%. Indiana ran for over 300 yards on Illinois, a team that supposedly had a great defensive line. And I understand that Illinois had some injuries. I do know that. But it don't matter. Indiana destroyed this team. And I don't know if it's going to continue for the rest of the year. I'm not going as far as to say that. But as of right now, Indiana deserves some credit and some validation from somebody. It's not me or Indiana fans that this is a good team. I'm not seeing it. McAfee picked IU today, but that's just because McAfee has Indiana ties. Nobody else did, not even the great Nick Saban. I mean, he wasn't as abrasive as Herbstreit was, but nobody is giving this team any credit. Nobody's talking about this team. And Illinois is a good team, guys. Illinois is good. And Indiana just destroyed them. This is more impressive than Indiana beating Nebraska last year. We got Kate in the Diesel Free with a $5 super chat. Appreciate it, Kate. He says, Indiana is not elite. I'm not saying they're elite. Elite is like, it's a very small group of teams. Indiana, I don't think, has the players to be elite. They don't. They did have a 5-star on campus today, which, I mean, if I'm that guy, I'm committing to Indiana right now. But Indiana had a lot of recruits on campus today for this game, and that's how important this game. This was a momentum-swinging game for both of these teams. Indiana had a lot of recruits on campus. This is a good sell for IU. Hey, come play for us. We're legit. This is a good sell. So if Indiana's recruiting ticks up and the NIL keeps pouring in and the fan support keeps pouring in, you never know. Maybe Indiana can get close to that elite status, but it's hard. It is hard to get to that point. It is very hard. Elite is Ohio State, Georgia, Bama, Texas. Texas not till now. NIL is really helping them, but these small group of teams, that is the elite. And Indiana, to break that barrier, It's going to be very hard, if impossible, to do so. But this is a very great team right now, currently, barring anything unforeseen. Things can change. Injuries can happen. Things can change. But as of right now, this is a good football team. But Cade says Indiana's not elite like Ohio State. Again, never said that. And you're gloating like you just won a lottery ticket and your family's not. The reason I'm gloating like I've won, I'm not even gloating. I am just, I'm more happy for IU's fans than I am for myself. That my fandom of Indiana is unique. It is a unique fandom. I'm an Alabama fan that likes Indiana because they suck. It's a weird thing. I'm different than other people sometimes in that regard. You know, a lot of times people have a reason to root for a team based off family relations or you graduated from the school. I've got zero ties to Indiana. I have no family there. I have no reason to like them. But I like them because they are horrible. And I like them because their fans have endured a lot of crap. And they get talked crap about. And just people, it's horrible, man. I mean, all you have to do is just see the bias. The bias against this team is insane. On social media and the media itself, it's ridiculous. People were more nice to IU when they had Tom Allen than they are right now. Again, all the people that don't want Indiana in the playoffs, you should have never expanded it to 12. That's your problem. That's your fault. I've already said this before. That's your problem. If you had left the playoffs at 4, Indiana wouldn't make the playoffs this year, probably. So that's on you. You expanded to 12. You gave the opportunity for the Indianas and the SMUs and these other teams. So I don't know. It just blows me away. You know, like I root for IU because they are a suffering team and a suffering fan base. That's why I started rooting for them years ago. And I'm just thrilled to see this, that this could happen at a team like Indiana, a team that's never had success, a team that the state of Indiana is dominated by Notre Dame football. Purdue football is better. Look at the rivalry record between Purdue and Indiana. Purdue, I mean, there's been times when Ball State's been better. Indiana's been that bad of a school. They said on the broadcast tonight that before Curt Cignetti, the previous 29 years, Indiana has only had 3 winning seasons. 3 winning seasons. And 2 of those were Tom Allen. And 1 of those was in 07. It's unreal what Curt Cignetti's done. And I don't blame Florida and other programs for wanting the guy. I don't. You didn't want him before. When he was at JMU, no one cared about when he was at James Madison. You took him. I hope he don't leave. I hope he doesn't leave Indiana. I hope he don't. I mean, if he does, he does. You know, I'll be grateful for the time that he gave to Indiana. But I hope he doesn't ever leave Indiana because I just want to see Indiana fans be happy to just have this moment in the sun that they've never had before in their entire lives. This success, it's just insane. My jaw was just dropped the entire game watching this game. I know people probably didn't watch it. They probably were watching Miami, Florida. They're probably watching Baylor, Arizona State. Probably people weren't watching this game. But I watched the entire game, practically. And Indiana just completely destroyed Illinois. And I would have I picked Indiana to win. I didn't think this would happen. I mean, it's insane to me that Illinois did exactly what Nebraska did. Their fans did. Not Bielema. And not their players. Credit to Bielema. Both Bielema and Curt Cignetti had respect for each other coming into this game. They both talked mad respect for each other. Nice things. But when it comes to, you know, Illinois fans, it wasn't the same deal. They were just blasting on social media Indiana. Said, "Oh, we're gonna win." And I mean, has anybody ever seen, you know, has anybody ever seen team favored by 7, like Indiana was today, and everyone picked against them practically. That's what just blows my mind. Miami was favored by 7 to beat Florida, and everybody picked Miami basically. Nobody picked Indiana to win. I had people in my DMs on Twitter telling me, Indiana's got no shot, Jeffrey. You're out of your mind. Everyone told me Indiana was going to lose this game. Basically, everybody picked against them. And they just won. And nobody cares. Yeah, I'm 15 minutes into the show, and I haven't talked about anything but Indiana. Yeah. And I'm probably going to continue to talk about it. I will get to the other games, I promise. This is a week 4 recap. I'm not going to talk about Indiana the entire time. But thank you, Stephen Cherry. Thank you. I appreciate that. But I swung Will and D over. I swung our good buddy Will and D over to the right side. He was going to pick Illinois. He was going to. But I swung him to IU. I don't know. I mean, I remember a Pitt-Sty Husker. I appreciate you being here. I appreciate you for being here. I remember you said you wanted Cignetti. I mean, everyone wants Cignetti. Alabama wants Cignetti. Everyone wants Cignetti. I just hope it don't happen. I want him to stay at IU, man, because this is great. This is so great to see this perennially trash. Because, honestly, I asked myself this. You know how we have all these historical programs like Notre Dame and, Alabama, Nebraska, Oklahoma, Tech, all these programs that have had major success in the past. I asked myself, could a team get good now? Could it be done? Could a guy take a bad program today and have sustained success? You think about the Bill Snyders and you think about the Barry Alvarez's, these type of programs that are not as good, right? You think about these type of programs that are not the elite. K-State, Wisconsin, but they've had success. Oklahoma State with Pickens, he goes on and on. These programs, North Carolina with Mac Brown, not great programs, but they've won before. But this was a long time ago. Is Curt Cignetti one of these people? If he stays at Indiana for a decade plus, and Indiana wins a lot during his time, and then he retires. I mean, Indiana is a modern-day example of these programs if that happens. I mean, I'm just saying, if that happens, then Cignetti belongs with these other people. And to me, again, and I agree, I agree, Stephen Cherry, that Florida, they're going to want to do it. But if Cignetti goes to Florida, then he's not a legend anymore. You know what I'm saying? He loses that legendary status because you go to Florida, you're just another guy. You're always going to be in the shadow of Steve Spurrier and Urban Meyer and Tim Tebow. Always. You're not going to be that guy. He is that guy. He's breaking all of Bill Mallory's records. He's breaking Tom Allen's. He's breaking. Indiana doesn't have a lot of records. He's breaking everything. He's been the coach for 17 games. He's 15-2 at Indiana. In Indiana, their winningest coach with Bill Mallory had a losing record. What Cignetti is doing is ridiculous, and it's unprecedented. This is a bad program. People talked about Fitzgerald at Northwestern like, wow, because it's Northwestern, right? And what he's doing there. I understand Indiana is benefiting from NIL. I agree with that. Yes, they are. They are actually getting. I mean, Mendoza picked IU over Georgia and Miami, which I know Miami got Beck and Georgia kept Stockton, whatever. But they got Mendoza over these other teams. And yeah, Alberto Mendoza already was on the Indiana roster, probably helped. But I don't think this is lightning in a bottle. The more that this happens, because honestly, I got talked in. Like everybody, Indiana might take a step back this year. Now I kind of was more of the belief, well, I think Indiana's going to have a worse record this year. I think I picked 9-3. Last year they won 11 games. They're going to go 9-3 this year because their schedule's harder. So they're going to lose more games, which they still could lose 3 games. You never know, anything can happen. But I'm just saying, like, I picked them to have a worse record because of schedule. But I said I think they might be better this year, maybe. But with the schedule being harder, they might have a worse record. Well, I don't know. I mean, people were trying to talk me into that. It was lightning a bottle. It was a 1-year run, and I was getting there. Maybe people are right. I think people are wrong. And I mean, I don't know how else that this game, like, okay, Illinois has got to beat USC now to prove that they're good. I don't care what Illinois does. I don't think USC is going to be beating Illinois 63-10. I mean, Ohio State didn't beat Nebraska 56-7 either. I mean, again, results are not indicative of a team's talent. Ohio State is a better football team than Indiana because their talent is insane. Their NIL is insane. Their history and culture and fans and everything is elite. And Ohio State beat Indiana pretty easily last year, despite Indiana performing better than Ohio State did against several comparable opponents. But that doesn't matter. So I don't look at that to say, oh my gosh, Indiana's better. Indiana's not better than Ohio State. Indiana's not better than Penn State. They're not better than Oregon. Do they have a shot to beat Penn State and Oregon? Maybe. But they're not better than those teams. They don't have as much talent as those teams. But are they better than everybody else in the Big Ten? Maybe. Very well, maybe. Maybe they're the 4th best team in the Big Ten. But at Indiana, that's unheard of. To be the 4th best team in the Big Ten. They're usually like second to last or third to last or scraping bowl eligibility. It's unheard of. I don't know. I just can't believe this. I'm about to get off this game and move on. But what I just saw on the screen today, on my TV screen, I never thought I would see from Indiana in my life. As a person that has a weird reason to root for Indiana, basically none, but I just had this sorry soft spot for them, and over time just developed this affinity for them. A team that's no good, trash, horrible. I've always rooted for Bama. I love Bama. I hope Bama gets back to winning championships. I love IU in a different way. And I just think it is so cool seeing them be good. I never thought I'd see them beat a top 10 team like this. This is the best win in Indiana history. Yeah, it's not a Rose Bowl performance. It's not. I mean, they've had other good games. They beat Ohio State in '87, all that kind of stuff. But this is the best optically good win in Indiana history. A win over a top 10 team by 53 points. Largest win against a ranked team in program history. And by golly, if Indiana's not ranked in the top 10 tomorrow, that crap's rigged. That's all I got to say. This is a top 10 team right now, folks. Wow, what a performance from Indiana. The clear winner of today, and a result that I never in my life would have thought could have been possible. But to get to Caden, the Diesel Freak's other super chat, appreciate the contributions, Caden. He says, OMG, your fan base is lame as Notre Dame and just as annoying as Louisville. Well, Indiana is not as lame or annoying, I don't think, but okay. I appreciate that, Kate. Appreciate the super chats. And I appreciate everybody for being in the chat. And I appreciate everybody, for being understanding of the way I feel, of how amazing this is. You guys are awesome. I appreciate it. Such an impressive performance. My goodness. But to move on from Indiana, Illinois, LSU won. Okay. Utah State. Or Oregon destroyed Oregon State. Yeah. Yeah, so thank you, Oscar. I will. Thank you. Oregon destroyed Oregon State. Bad luck for the Civil War. It is what it is, right? The Civil War, it's not a good game anymore. I mean, Oregon State as a program, they're just destroyed. I mean, they're not good, right? Just not a good team. Pac-12, the Pac-2 is bad. Oregon State is bad. We got Godfather coming in for a $2.99 super sticker. Appreciate that, Godfather. Always appreciate support. Always love seeing you in the chat. But, yeah, I mean, Oregon's good. Like, they're really good. Dante Moore's look good. I mean, they haven't been tested, though. That game next week, it sucks it's at the same time. Oregon, Penn State, Alabama, Georgia, both those games are at the same time. We're going to find out how good Oregon is then. Because, unfortunately, Oklahoma State and Oregon State are not good teams, and we don't really know how good Oregon is, for sure, until they go to Happy Valley on Saturday night. We got Jackson Johnson coming in with a $5 super chat. Appreciate that, Jackson. He says, Oklahoma-Auburn felt mid for a bit because Sean McDonough didn't throw out his puberty voice. Well, he would have thrown out his puberty voice if he had been calling the Indiana-Illinois game. Obviously, he can't because contractual obligations, but he would have because of how amazing that was. But that sucks. I mean, honestly, I kind of felt Oklahoma-Auburn, again, great win for Oregon, great win for Florida State, but let's go ahead and talk about Oklahoma-Auburn since Jackson is talking about that game. Again, appreciate the super chat, Jackson. Yeah, I mean, honestly, this game doesn't really tell me much. I'm searching for these teams that are kind of giving you these results, like Georgia Tech. We'll get to Georgia Tech, but are they really good? They beat Colorado, and they beat Clemson. Clemson sucks. I'm sorry. Like, Clemson sucks. I hate it. I freaking hate it. I'm kind of going off the rails here all over the place. I'm so amped right now. But Clemson's not good. And that makes Georgia Tech's win look less good. That makes LSU's win look less good. So you see what I'm saying? Like, Michigan loses to Oklahoma. It's a great win for Oklahoma, right? But Michigan doesn't look great. They beat Nebraska, but everyone beats Nebraska because Nebraska always freaking loses. They have 28 straight ranked losses. They just lose, right? So all these results are just kind of Auburn beats Baylor. Baylor. I saw Scotty B. I don't want to, Baylor. I don't know, man. These teams are just kind of not telling me a lot. I think Mateer's good. No, Hummus. No. Clemson would not lose to Oklahoma State, Hummus. I don't think. I mean, man, you never know. But Oklahoma State's bad. Like, really bad. And I'm sorry, Husker. I'm sorry, but Nebraska, it sucks. I wanted to pick y'all. I really did. Me and Will both wanted to pick you. I mean, Nebraska just can't win. Like, it blows my mind that, like, Scott Frost is gone. It's gone. It's over. You got Matt Rule. And yet these results keep happening. Like, I had so many people tell me in my timeline, oh, Nebraska was competitive. Yeah, they were competitive. They've always basically been competitive. The year they went 3-9, that year under Scott Frost that they went 3-9, Nebraska lost every game basically by one score. They lost to Ohio State by 9. And every other game they barely lost. Like, Nebraska just can't win. It actually blows my mind. It boggles me to no end why Nebraska can't break out of this funk. They've got better players. Like, Matt Rule is doing good things. Open them phone lines at Husker. You know what? Sure. Yeah, I mean, I usually wait till I get through all the games, but you know what? I'll go ahead and open up the phone lines. Just go ahead. I don't want to stay up too late. But let's just go ahead and open up the phone lines. Get you guys in here. Get your thoughts. We'll talk about these games. You guys can talk about whatever you want. Hopefully we get Darrell MVP in here. We'll go game by game because Darrell, he's always amazing doing that. Yeah, I agree that the Huskers, as Hummus Hero says, are just stuck in a perpetual purgatory. Yeah, I mean, it literally is. Them and Indiana basketball. Nebraska football and Indiana basketball are just so equal, and it sucks. It sucks to say that because I want Indiana basketball to get better, but we'll see with DeVries. But we're not talking about basketball right now. I'm just saying, like, they're the same, though. Nebraska football is just, like, they cannot win. They have so many games where they can win. This was a winnable game. This was a very winnable game. And yet, somehow, they did not win. I don't get it. Underwood wasn't great. I mean, he didn't blow the game for Michigan. It's not like he lost the game for him or put them in a position to lose, but he wasn't all that good. I don't think anybody's going out there saying Bryce Underwood had an MVP-like performance. I mean, yeah, he went on the road in a tough environment because, again, we all know that Nebraska's environment is insane, and their fans are just so dedicated. They are dedicated. I mean, honestly, that's what I love about Nebraska fans is how through all the mediocrity and the garbage seasons and results, they keep being fans. Eventually, y'all are going to have to get some win, dude. I mean, that's all I got to say. Sometimes you guys have to beat somebody with a pulse. These close losses have to end. Hey, you got to beat somebody. I really wanted to be wrong on this game. It's not like I hate Michigan or anything or hate Ohio State. Everybody like, ugh. I was kind of pulling for Nebraska. I'm not a Nebraska fan, but I kind of feel in a weird way like Nebraska's kind of similar. Like they've been through heck. The only difference they have a lot of titles, but I feel for their fans. Obviously, when IU won 56-7 last year, I was thrilled, but I hate it for Nebraska fans because they're so dedicated, and it isn't fair, really, to just keep losing all these games like this. I don't know. Raiola's fine. He's fine. He is a fine quarterback. He isn't worth major hype or anything. I don't the Mahomes comps. I'm just like whatever. I don't know. I get it. The hair's similar. The they move similarly. I mean, whatever people are throwing out there. But I'm just like Raiola, like why is he hyped so much other than that he was a highly rated guy? I don't really understand that. Should have never left the Big 12. I mean, the problem is, I agree with that, Steven, to a point. Like, if you had said this 5 years ago, I'd have been like, yeah, they shouldn't have left the Big 12. But now, the Big 10's got more money for them. And it's like, okay, they don't have that connection to Texas isn't even in the Big 12 anymore. So it's like, that's what Nebraska was always competing with, was Texas for players. Texas is in the SEC now. Illinois is in the Big 10 and Indiana's in the Big 10, and both those teams got a lot of Florida players because they're getting better players now, NIL. I don't know. I mean, yeah, if Nebraska was in the Big 12, they'd be finding it easier to win. But I don't know. I just think Nebraska, it's just been so long since they've won anything. I think it's just a big confidence problem. I think Miami had that for a long time, which it does look like Miami is breaking out of it a little bit. It does. I mean, they've been better the last couple of years. But still, like, sometimes I just think it takes a little bit for these programs to get it to just shake off that mediocrity. Now, I mean, I can't always say that because Curt Cignetti comes in and completely turns Indiana around immediately, but I don't know. I mean, Matt Rule, don't fire Matt Rule, like, we're not there. None of that, but just Nebraska needs something, man. They do. Yeah, and this is actually a good point. This is actually a good point. Reality is Nebraska as a state produces very little talent, and Indiana and Illinois actually do. Indiana does have good players. They're actually keeping some of these guys now. But we got our first caller of the night. We've got Kit on. Indiana does have good players. They're actually keeping some of these guys now. But we got our first caller of the night. We've got Kit. I think I can hear myself in the background.
How you doing, Jeffrey?
I'm doing good. How you doing?
Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you. Yes, sir.
I lost you, brother.
I can still hear
I can't hear a damn thing.
Oh, you can't hear
And
me?
check out and come back in, buddy.
Okay. Sounds good. Hopefully Pitt can come back so we can have a good conversation. That sucks. I hate when connection issues happen. It's terrible. That StreamYard. I've had so many connection issues in the past, but we got Steven Cherry saying, I remember when Nebraska dominated the sport. Yeah. I mean, it was before my time. But, I've gone back and watched those teams. I've seen Scott Frost and Osborne, Crouch, and all that. I've seen it. I've seen all those clips of Nebraska. It's a shame. I mean, they just I don't know. It's been a long suffering time. Those clips of Nebraska. It's a shame. I mean, they just I don't know. It's been a long suffering time. Nebraska. It's a shame. I mean, they just a long suffering time. There's a lot of echo going on. I can hear you. I hear a lot of echo from me though. So I think you gotta mute the stream, like where like the YouTube part's playing. So yeah, if you got that, then it's all good.
See, I just ain't got no audio. When I mute the stream on my TV. I'm talking to you on my phone. I can't hear you at all right now.
You can't hear me at all. That is so weird.
You dig?
I'll fix that. Honestly, I have no idea. I'm not good.
I'm reading your lips. Sorry, buddy. I'm breaking up your show for no good reason.
It's okay, Pitt. It's all good. I hate that. I really wish that that we could have a conversation. That sucks. Well, hopefully you get your audio fixed so we can talk. But we do have our next caller. We got the infamous Caden the Diesel Freak that everybody loves or hates. How you doing tonight, Caden?
Jeffrey, Pitt Snipe Husker needs to get his audio fixed. Really, Nebraska fans can't fix their internet, let alone their own football team.
Well,
Pitt Snipe, take a
coming.
Well, as I said about Indiana fans, they're just as obnoxious as little children. Jeez. You go off like you won a lottery ticket or you just won 200 pounds of jelly beans. Jeez. Give me a break.
So you don't think this performance was impressive at all? You can't admit that.
Jeffrey, I think you should know my answer on that.
Oh, I know your answer. I know you foreseen it. You foresaw that IU would win 63-10 and still suck somehow. I know you did.
No, it's that I wasn't impressed.
I mean, of course not. I mean, Ohio State would win 66-10. I mean,
no, more like 66-7.
I mean, we're splitting hairs at that point. I mean,
until Cignetti beats Ohio State, I don't want to hear any of your fan base gloating on here.
You do realize Indiana's the losingest program ever, right? Like it's amazing this is happening. It's called reveling in the.
Jeffrey, if I can put the word to it,
use. Just the lack of success, the rarity of it, reveling in the rarity.
And you and Indiana fans are over here gloating like Kurt Cignetti is the coach that's going to save the program after a 29-year deficit. After 29 years of being irrelevant, he's going to save your program, beat the one team you can never beat in Ohio State, and go to the playoffs. Yeah, I don't think that's going to happen.
No, they already made the playoffs.
Well, they didn't beat Ohio State, and they won't.
I mean, if Indiana doesn't beat Ohio State, that's fine. I'm just happy that they don't suck anymore. I mean, that's honestly how I feel. Like, it's just nice that they don't suck.
Coming from the guy who I've said has more more of a Alabama fan / Indiana fan, but I find those both two obnoxious fan bases to be more annoying than the children from Sesame Street I had to listen to for about 2 hours because of my younger sister having a discussion with them. Jesus Christ, it's annoying. And bottom line is, you guys are just as annoying. Both of y'all fan base are annoying.
I mean, to you, everything's annoying, but I mean, again, we're splitting hairs.
I mean, Godfather's complaining is more annoying than those Tesla commercials. Jesus Christ.
Well, we know you're a diesel huffer. I mean, we can respect that. We can respect that, you know?
I work on diesel-powered equipment. Do you have a problem with that?
No, I don't. I mean, I'm okay with gas. I'm fine. You know, I'm okay. It's not a big deal to me. I'm just laughing. I'm honestly just everything that you say just cracking me up. That's all I know.
And speaking of which, who's in the caller queue? I'm wondering. Besides myself,
we got Hummus Hero, and we've got a Pitt. Hopefully, with this time we're able to talk, because I would love to have a conversation with him. But yeah, we got Hummus Hero and Pitt behind you right now.
If Pitt Snipe Husker has something to say to me, then bring him up. This is going to be interesting. Because
all you're gonna do is make fun of his internet, you know.
Well, because let me remind Pitt Snipe Husker and Minnie Hunt. See, you guys are stuck in the 90s lore of Nebraska, like Dylan Raiola is going to save Nebraska from this deficit of being irrelevant. Well, I'm going to remind you and Minnie that Dylan Raiola, the wannabe Patrick Mahomes, is not their God-sent answer. Oh, no. And Nebraska hasn't beaten Ohio State. So until y'all beat Ohio State and you do something miraculous, I don't want to hear it.
I mean, you know, I don't completely agree with
They're
that.
stuck in 90s lore.
Trial was the answer either. To make Nebraska elite again. I don't think that's probably the case. But, you know.
You know what's really not the case? Is that they can't score at least more than 20 points against Ohio State's defense. So wake me up when they actually score against a good team, and actually when they're undefeated, and actually when they're more elite. But until then, I don't want to hear Nebraska fans over here gloating.
Well, at least Nebraska looked better than Utah today. I mean, Utah was pretty bad.
Please, that wasn't even a legit game in my opinion. Not even.
Well, people are claiming Texas Tech's legit now because they've used all their NIL money to get some good transfers, and now Texas Tech's going to rule the Big 12. That's the vibe I'm seeing on the internet right now. I mean, what cracks me up is that if Texas Tech keeps using their NIL, the SEC is going to end up taking them, and they're not even going to be in the Big 12 anymore.
You know what, Jeffrey? Bring Pitt Snipe up. Bring him up. Bring him up.
We'll bring him on. Hopefully his internet works.
You know what, Jeffrey? Bring Pitt Snipe up. Bring him up. Bring him up.
We'll bring him on. Hopefully his internet works.
You know what, Jeffrey? Bring Pitt Snipe up. Bring him up.
Are you hearing me, Jeffrey?
I can hear you, Pitt. I can hear you.
I'm going to make this a one-way conversation because I can't hear shit. And I've left stains on his mama's mattress smarter than Caden. I know I can't hear you, and I don't give a goddamn. I've had enough of this bullshit. I'm going to go on a goddamn rant. I can't hear nothing, but I don't give a damn. I'm going to tell this boy, I'm going to wipe my ass with him. Because I don't talk shit about nobody. You hear? I go around the college football nation, I hug up everybody, and I believe in playing good ball games. And this boy wants to talk shit about my Huskers? Oh, buddy. Let me fix my goddamn earpiece.
Head Snipe Husker. Keep him on here. Keep him
Yeah,
on.
well, I didn't take him off. He just left. But man,
Bring him back up here.
we got Paul Feinbaum after dark going on over here. Appreciate that, Steven.
Pit Snipe, get your butt back up in here right now, Pit Snipe. I got something to say to you, Pit Snipe. If you can hear me, but I don't know if your hearing is bad or your internet sucks because Nebraska does suck.
You know, honestly, I'm at the point. Let's just. I'm going to bring Hummus on. I want to hear two differing Ohio State fans talk at the same time: the rational and the irrational.
Yeah, that's what I was gonna say. I was gonna say you should bring me on so we can be like a good cop, bad cop, Ohio State, and except for I'm gonna be the good cop that actually tries to put Caden under arrest because he's ridiculous and he needs to stop.
That's hard to do, Hummus.
Oh, hey, Hummus. Long time no see.
Bad name. Caden, I don't know if you've been out there and that tractor too much, like breathing in too many of those diesel fumes or whatever. And it's caused you to have like some irritability and maybe a little bit of brain damage. But you just need to calm down. You just need to calm down and just be nice to the Husker fans. They didn't do anything. They never talk any trash to us. We know we're the best team, we're the best program, but we don't have to stick it in everybody's face all the time.
Yeah, you don't have to make everyone hate you, Caden. You don't have to make everyone want to hate Ohio State because that's kind of what you do. You know what I mean? Like you kind of don't make people want to like them. You know.
Caden, my advice to you: take all of that rage and all of that anger that you have, and just point it at the skunk weasels. Just leave everybody else alone. You can throw a little bit at Notre Dame because they like to talk a lot of trash about us, but you know, just dedicate that to the team up north and just a little bit of it to Notre Dame. Let's leave Nebraska alone. They have enough problems as it is.
And Indiana, we're new to success.
Oh
we're
man,
excited right now. And we got good buddy Jackson on here as well. Got a full panel. You know. See Jackson's thoughts on all this.
Well, I just want to mention that Oregon State, no worries, it's not the last one that we saw today because the next time we're going to see it is 2027.
It literally should be the last, dude. I mean, Oregon State stinks, dude.
Well, we'll be back to have it from 2027 to 2032, as I found from the Oregonian. So that is pretty good. I mean, we've got the Apple Cup still going on. The Iron Skillet rivalry between TCU and SMU today was the last one as of right now, as I know. But Florida Miami, we know that's the last one for right now. But it's Florida was sloppy.
I mean, I want the rivalries to continue, Jackson. I want all of them to continue, but the problem is Oregon State and Washington State stink. That's the problem.
Oregon State's pitiful. It's like watching.
Hey, Jeffrey Jackson,
what's up, Kevin?
Can you gentlemen hold on because I got something to say to Hummus. Hey, Hummus, can you hear me from down there?
I can hear you.
Let me just say this as an Ohio State fan. If I want to let somebody from Indiana, Notre Dame, or Nebraska know how I feel about their fan base, and if I got something to say to them, I will say it to them. If they got a problem with it, they can tell me otherwise. Otherwise,
I understand.
I just handle business.
Nebraska fans, from all of my experience, I'm a lot older than you. I've been around for a long time. I've been around the country. I talked to all these people from different places. And from my experience, I've never met a Nebraska fan personally that's a jerk. I'm sure they exist, but I've never actually met one. And being abusive to Nebraska fans, to me, it's just like kicking a puppy dog. You know, like who does that?
That's wrong. Should never kick a puppy dog.
That's just the way that I feel about it. So,
Oh, man.
you know, and I mean, also with Indiana, I mean, like Ohio State's put Indiana. I'd be watching the game with my mom and dad.
Whoa, Jeffrey, pull that comment back up. Pull it up.
I'd be watching the Ohio State games with my parents, and my mom, she would always be like, "They're playing Indiana again," and she knows because she's not even a big football fan, but she remembers every year, and she's always like, "I feel so bad for Indiana because they never win, they never beat Ohio State."
That's literally why I started rooting for them. Again, weird it is, but they are bad. They are awful.
Jeffrey, put that comment down, please.
And for new viewers on Only Talk Sports, I can vouch for that because when I first met Jeffrey on November 4th of 2022, which then extended to November 5th of 2022, we talked about why he pulls for Indiana, why he makes Indiana his feel bad team. And this is when Indiana sucked and was fighting for bowl eligibility. And this was like 10 months before Indiana went to quadruple over, well, a few overtimes with Akron, the Tom Allen era. So I can definitely vouch for that. He's been pulling for Indiana since they sucked. And Indiana's in the good old days now. And
like I said, I have no reason to root for them. I do because they've been such a long-suffering program.
And hold on.
It shows you how bad they are when Hummus is, you know, like, you got people saying that. Like, they don't even watch football, right? Like, oh, I feel bad for them. I appreciate that. I appreciate that some people care a little bit.
And just for the record, Pitt Snipe Husker, I have help, and that's from my friends and my family. And you know what? I'd rather be listening to a Farmall 1206 running down the road than you complaining on here, complaining that I'm the bully. Jesus Christ, you're just making these excuses, Pitt Snipe, jeez.
I think we find you funny. Like we like some of the stuff you say. I mean, like,
oh, we
Godfather,
do. I mean,
am not.
Great.
I'm just my mentality is I'm just civil to the other fan bases that are civil.
We like
listen, Hummus. Listen, Hummus.
We got
you can be
our fan base.
Listen, Hummus. You can be civil with them, and I can at least remind them why we own them or why we beaten them for the last several years.
I know.
Now,
but pick and choose your bat. Like, you come off as a bully because you're picking on the little guys. You know, go after Georgia. Go after Georgia. That fan base, they talk so much trash. Go after Notre Dame.
Yes. And I'm hoping Alabama wins next Saturday night.
There we go. And
you know what, Hummus? How about you go talk smack to Georgia fans since you're so interested in it?
I do. I'll talk smack to Georgia fans.
Yeah, for some reason, Caden loves Georgia. I don't know.
I got a friend that lives in Georgia who went to the University of Georgia as a mechanic, and I've got respect for the guy.
Oh, wow.
I'm just saying. You when you go into a fight, you know, try to match up with somebody who's in your weight class. You know what I mean?
Before I hop off in just a bit, I wanted to ask Jeffrey about what do you think about Texas Tech as of today? I mean, you might have talked about it and I missed it, but how you feeling about Texas Tech at the moment?
Well, I've made people mad on social media today in a lot of different ways.
Oh, what'd you do?
But with Texas Tech, I made them mad because I said their NIL worked. They worked big time because they got some good players with their NIL. And, yeah, they look all right. And they might win the Big 12. I'm not saying they're going to win the Big 12, but they might win the Big 12 because who's their competition? Iowa State? I mean, some of these other teams don't look that good. So, yeah, Texas Tech. I believe if Texas Tech starts to dominate the Big 12 with their NIL, that the SEC is going to take it. Now, I could be wrong on that. That's just kind of my thought processing there.
But here's my thing, Hummus, to your point. You know, I actually go on the Alabama Cohen show with Jeffrey Jackson. And I actually let him know what I'm thinking and what's on my mind. If I got something to say to Alabama fans, I'll let him know what I got to say. And especially the Godfather. He can hide in his own little home, one-story home in like the old-time like Tuscaloosa village. And I don't give a crap about where he's from or where he's at right now. But I'll just say this. The Godfather would not be able to hold my work boots in a million years when I get up in here and
Well,
raise hell.
I don't know. I think it'd be a pretty cool debate. I mean, but it's
And,
Hey, I'm
and,
not
and
going
here's,
to lie. The IU's doing better, Steven. They are. That's why they're doing better. I
and
just
here's the other
think
thing.
it has more
Hold
proof
on,
than the
Jeff.
tech staff.
Hold on, Jeffrey. To answer the Godfather, no, I do not live in my mother's basement. I actually live with my grandparents in in a custom room. In my custom room made specifically to me.
He lives in his grandma's attic, not his mom's
So what
basement.
you're trying to tell me, Hayden, is that your room is tailor made for you to sniff diesel gas 24/7, correct?
No, nope. I just renovated it.
oh, no.
This stream is broken. We've got Godfather on as well. It's about.
Yeah,
It's about
let's
ugly.
talk ball. Can we
Well,
talk
gentlemen,
ball?
I'm gonna hop off, but before I go,
No! Sorry, Jackson.
I'm sorry, man. But I was like, oh crap, late for an engagement. Oh no, it's like, note to self, I've got to get to a point where I can get a secretary. But I will say, tell your friends, your family, and the cashiers at Publix about the magic that Jeffrey at Only Talk Sports is creating. All right here on Only Talk Sports, where he talks sports every single day, or at least he tries to. Let's get him over to 3,000 subs. And don't forget to check him out on Alabama with the Voice of College Football, where he's got all kinds of magic all over the place on Alabama at the Voice of College Football, Mondays and Thursdays, all right there. Let's get both those channels to 3,000 subs before my birthday on September 30th, please.
That
All
would be
right,
amazing.
Jackson. Thanks for the message.
Thanks,
I
Jackson.
appreciate it. And I hope you have a great birthday week, Jackson, as well. I'm sure we'll
Yep.
Are you
that
going to be
announcement
live?
as well.
Are you going to be live in a little while, Jackson?
Oh,
Or
man.
are you...
Well, yeah, but I just want to come see old Jeff for a little bit and talk with him for a little bit. But I
Well,
will say-
Jackson, we'll see you down the road.
well, I'll see you. See y'all.
Yeah,
See y'all
hopefully,
later.
hopefully you have a great show, Jackson.
I too, man. You keep doing awesome as always, good buddy. Let's get you over to 3,000 subs on each of them. Oh,
20th birthday. Appreciate that, Jackson. I really do. And that comment's so funny. Jackson's older than that, but all right.
One game we haven't
Proceed.
talked about.
You got resume.
I didn't watch any of it. Did anybody watch any of the South Carolina Missouri game?
No.
Caden, are you smoking crack? Caden, I have foreseen the future. I see a crack pipe in your hand. Your Wi-Fi is getting low. You're in your aunt's basement. You want me to play the harmonica for you, Caden? Where'd he go, Jeffrey? What happened? He's gone.
I'm right here,
He
Godfather.
disappeared when the harmonica came into play.
The harmonica scared him to death is what it was. Anyway, put down that, shut your pie hole, Caden. There's adults on here. We're fixing to talk now. You sit down and be quiet and let us talk.
Was Alabama on the bye this week also? I think.
Yeah, Alabama and Georgia are both on a bye this week.
You got a lot of big teams with Ohio State, Penn State, Alabama, Georgia all on a bye.
Jeffrey, what in the hell just happened? I'm asking.
What are you talking about?
I'm talking about I'm talking about, I don't know what the hell Godfather's thinking.
You got a crack pipe or something?
You got a crack pipe. Put the crack
First
pipe
of all, I don't smoke. Second of all,
That's good.
I haven't even smoked in my lifetime.
That's really good.
Like hell no.
I mean, that stuff will probably kill your lungs. You know, it's probably a smart idea not to. So keep you on the right track.
And okay, the Godfather may live through the days of old Alabama Crimson Tide lore, but please, nobody wants to hear Crimson Tide lore on a Saturday nor Sunday night. Like that is just boring. And oh my god, get that crap out of here.
I'm losing you, Kane. You got to get out of the basement. Your Wi-Fi is fading quick. Get out of the
Oh,
basement.
but the hell with that, Godfather. What the hell's wrong with your microphone?
It's fading quick. Get out of the basement.
Oh my god. Jeffrey, you can hear me, can you?
No, we
I
can't
can hear you.
you.
That's why I'm laughing right now. At this whole thing. I don't know.
Somebody get Godfather some hearing aids because I don't think this guy can hear me. Okay.
Can you hear this, Caden?
Oh, I can hear you.
Can you play the harmonica, Caden?
Yeah.
Play any musical instruments of any kind?
I'm not a musical instrumental guy, Jeffrey.
Jeffrey, you're
Okay.
killing me. You're killing me, Jeffrey. You're killing me.
Thanks, Godfather.
You're killing me.
Well, and Jeffrey is going to be the death of Godfather. This will be something interesting.
Okay, I've got to get off this stream. Caden, I have foreseen the future. Please, please, quit huffing diesel. We got adults in the room. There's kids on this channel. Please act your age, not your shoe size.
You know I don't give a crap, Godfather. You know I don't give a
You
crap.
do. You better give a crap. I'll jerk you
Oh,
through this
Godfather,
phone.
just do me a favor.
I'll jerk you through this phone and pull your eyeballs out.
I dare you, and I know you don't got to sit on you to do it.
Boing.
He hasn't even done it. What a
Yeah.
moron.
I don't know, man.
I got it.
All resemblance of sanity at this point.
Yeah, I've lost all sanity. It's gone. I'm done.
Everything is proceeding as I've foreseen.
Luke,
Proving everybody senile.
Luke, I am your father. Jackson left. We need the real MVP. Where's the real when we need him? Where's the real?
I want the real here, man. I want the real.
The real, where you at? Come on here. We need you. Caden is having a meltdown. He sniffed too much diesel today.
I'll just play the derail role. So let's talk about some games now. Let's talk about the Clemson game.
Thomas,
Because
shut up.
Caden,
Clemson is bad.
Why do you gotta prevent any intelligent conversation? Just chill out.
No, because this has gone from intelligent to non-intelligent. And there's one dumb son of a on here that's really making me lose about a good amount of brain cells. Waylon.
You can't afford to do that, so you should probably go regenerate, rest, eat some vegetables, something like that. Anything.
Gotta recharge those diesel batteries, man.
Take some of those omega-3 pills.
Jeffrey,
you need to do.
the hell you know.
Can we
Plug
get
in,
him off of here?
Plug in.
I've been on here for like 20 minutes. We can't talk. Can we just kick him off? Like, seriously.
Yeah, kick it.
I mean, I could kick him off, but it's just too funny. Votes for Caden getting kicked off. Anybody in chat? You got it?
Yeah, I won. Yes, won.
1-0. Caden's gotta go. Anybody else in chat? Do you want Caden to remain?
You know what, Jeffrey? I'll at least do you a favor. See, I do a little bit of opera singing myself, but I actually had a little bit of a present for you, Jeffrey.
I thought I said you weren't an instrumentalist. I mean, you use your vocal instrument, so.
Well, I actually wanted to do some European classic opera, if you don't mind.
Johann Sebastian Bach.
No, this is more of more medieval slash, I would say more elegant, but very vocal. And I think you like this, Jeffrey.
Oh, Lord. Here we go again.
Oh, come on, hummus. This is good, hummus.
All right, get at it. Get at it.
Yeah, get at it. Get at it. Shut up and get at it.
Will you just let me please be able to find the tune? I
Me,
have
me,
to.
me, 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 me. Wait,
Wait a minute.
warm up, man. Like,
Let me get my harmonica. Wait a minute.
Excuse me, I gotta clear up my throat here for a
you
second.
sure you haven't been smoking diesel or what? Like,
No, I just haven't used my singing vocal cords yet.
That's what it is.
And plus, I gotta
Burn.
be able to make sure that I fine tune this, that I make sure to be able to find it in the right subcategory. Give me one sec
They're burned
here.
from smoking all that crack.
I think this was no, that's not it.
I'm waiting. I'm waiting, Caden. Here we go.
Oh, trust me, gentlemen, you'll be able to know.
What is this show? This show.
this sounds almost like Pope Gregory, man, for like 500 AD.
Is he singing polka music?
I have no idea.
Can we go back to talking football now, Caden?
Come on,
Let me
hold
ask you a
on. Now.
question, Katie. Like, why did you just do this?
Why? Because you asked for it.
I did not, but okay. I'm just wondering, like, was there a significant reason? Like, is this related to Ohio State in any way, or what?
No.
Did the person that composed that song graduate from Ohio State?
No.
I bet he did.
But it is a close friend of mine.
I don't know, man. I don't know.
Even Mark Rogers cut you off.
Mark Rogers already kicked him off. I'm not this close. I'm this close. Like, this is too good. It's kind of not good, but it is good. Funny.
Anyway.
Well, what did you think, Jeffrey?
It's not Steve Perry, but yeah, or somebody like that. But it's okay. I mean,
you just don't understand. The way to do it is very, very, very significant. And no, I've tried it many, many times, and I had to perfect it.
I think he's
Yet,
wrong.
I guess you don't understand the elegance of it.
So you like medieval music? Is that what you're telling me? You like medieval music better than all other?
More like it's more medieval, but it's more more like European medieval orchestra, I guess you could say, like opera.
That's medieval music. That's literally like opera music is like the vast majority of medieval music. I've taken a music course. I know. That's why I'm mentioned several references. I actually do know, but I'm a classic rock connoisseur myself. But I do dabble a little bit in the European medieval orchestral arrangement, but not to the degree obviously that you do. So yeah, that's good. That's great.
Well, I'm more way
You got anything
sophisticated
else
than
for us,
you.
Caden, tonight, or are we good?
Well, and to close off with the very good words of my dear friend who you had to apologize to, my dear friend Ian McDermott, the very loving teacher mentor and dear close friend of mine. And I will not say his quote though, but I will say it to my teacher and my mentor because he is also watching this live stream. Hello, Ian. It's good to hear from you,
No.
sir. He just texted me like 2 minutes ago. You know what, my dear friend? I'll tell you what. Sometimes I just got to come on here and just let them know that, you know what, I appreciate a dear friend. And you know what, we were just talking about Alabama crumbling. Well, the days of them crumbling down faster than Rocky Top, getting blown up by TNT is going to happen. So,
Faster than
yeah.
John Mellencamp, eh? All right.
Well, I mean, you can ask my friend. He's in the comments and he's watching this live stream.
Who is that guy?
Yeah.
Has he got a handle? Like, what's his handle in here?
It's Ian _ McDermott.
I haven't seen him, but if he wants to say hi,
I know he's watching because
up to him, but-
he just texted me that he's watching. So, Ian, shout out to you, my dear friend and very good friend. And as always, Jeffrey, go Bucks. Bama sucks. Hummus, maybe do me a favor and grow a set like mine because apparently nobody else has the spinal set or the set of balls like I do.
Oh, we know,
No.
hey, Caden, maybe next time you could do Dancing Queen by ABBA. You know, your rendition of Phantom of the Opera and the Beavis and Butthead tone, it was phenomenal. But we know that
It was not.
we know when you said that you didn't play a musical instrument, that actually wasn't true. We know you play we know that you play a epidermal skin what do you call
Skin
it?
flute.
A flute.
Skin flute.
Yeah, we know that.
Hummus, it is not the rendition of Beavis and Butthead. Just to be perfectly clear, it is not.
But yeah, all right, Caden. We'll talk to you later.
all right. You have a good night, Caden.
Bye.
Why do I deal with idiots like these fellas? Please tell me why.
Good job for winning the bye week, I guess. Maybe.
Bible week? Screw that. Screw that. Seriously. Why do I deal with morons like Jeffrey, Waylon, and Hummus?
Because
Jesus
you
Christ,
enjoy
Waylon.
it. You
Waylon?
enjoy it, Cade.
What
That's
the
why you
hell
come
did
back.
your name mean? Waylon. Waylon?
I'm
Oh,
gonna
you went Waylon
I'm gonna
beyond
pull
what
through,
you could
I'm gonna
say.
keep on. I'm gonna pull you through the phone and pull your eyeballs out.
I dare you. You do not have the guts to.
Goodbye,
I mean,
Good
it is
night.
kind of hard to go through a digital screen, but Godfather might make it happen if you make him mad enough somehow.
Good night, Caden. Good night.
Oh, please, please. He is too irrelevant and too insignificant to be able to pull the eyeballs out of a very talented, most hated SOG. And I tell you that, Jeffrey, he does not have the guts to. And I know he does not.
Let me get my harmonica back out.
Oh, please, Jeffrey. Please. Who has the guts like mine? Nobody else except for me. And Burks?
How do
Burks
you
is
have
nowhere to be
guts because
found.
you root for a good football team? I mean, that's what confuses me.
But here's the thing,
The only
Jeffrey.
guts you have is that you root for a good football team. If you didn't root for Ohio State, and you rooted for a team like Louisville, then
Oh, please.
Illinois, then you wouldn't be able to
please.
talk smack. You know what I'm saying?
Oh, please. Jeffrey, you know I wouldn't be born a Louisville nor an Illinois fan. And second of all, here's the other thing. And I know Austin Williams, your buddy from Sports Talk with Austin, doesn't have the guts to tell me otherwise. I know he does not. Because I'm betting he's probably hiding in his lonely room, probably with his girlfriend eating Twinkies about right now. Because I'll tell you that. And I can bet 100% Godfather's somewhere in Alabama hiding, mourning about the days that he wished Bear Bryant was back to kick our butts. Well, guess what? Bear Bryant isn't coming back, and nor is the grandchildren or the offsprings of Bear Bryant ever going to coach at Alabama, and nor are they going to beat Ohio State. So there's a little bit of something to clear the air with. So I don't even need to remind Wayland, or like, oh no, Lameland.
The
Now
Godfather.
that's
The
a better
Godfather.
name. Oh, the Lame Father. Now that's a better idea. The Lame Father of the SEC.
You just put lame on everything. I mean, Notre Lame, like it rhymes with Notre Dame, but what lame father?
Lame Father?
Not even that. Like, how does that even sound good?
It just sounds perfect because now that I'm
You.
here, Jeffrey, you just don't have very sophisticated tastes like I do.
So classic rock is not good taste. Oh, okay.
Classic rock is good. AC/DC is the only one that's good.
Hey,
But
I
I'm
thought-
talking.
I
You just
thought
don't got
was
the
gonna hang up.
vocabulary in mind.
Okay. I mean,
Caden. Caden, I thought you was gonna hang up.
yeah, he'll never. I mean, I could pull the plug, like he said, but I mean, honestly, this is comedy gold. I mean, SNL. I mean, it's up there. I mean, you know.
Yeah.
Saturday Night Live featuring 3 dummies and 1 genius slash all around most hated son of a gun. Well, that's truth.
I mean, you kind of make it easy for that to be the case, but I don't hate you. I mean, I think it's hilarious when you come on, but I mean, you kind of do annoy people very easily. I mean, that's just what you do. I mean, that's what you aim for when you come on. So yeah, I didn't cut him off. He left, so I guess he's good.
He's giving me a rash.
How you doing, Hummus and Godfather? How are we doing?
He's giving me a rash.
We don't hate you. We don't hate you, Kada. To quote Mr. T, we pity the fool.
He's gone. He's gone.
Finally, he's gone.
What were you saying about Clemson?
Did they play today?
I think it's time for Dabo to just own up to this, because I don't know if you saw his press conference last week, and he's kind of just taking it out on the media and basically telling the fan base that if they don't like it, then they can go back to losing. And it's like, well, I don't think he has a leg to stand on at this point. So I think this week when he goes out there in front of the media, he just needs to own up to it. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm. Well, I mean, the problem is they have issues at all facets of the game. Tom Allen, a defensive coordinator, but their defense just didn't play hard either. They looked lethargic most of the game. I don't know if for Allen's scheming issues or the players not playing with enough effort. The offense is broken. Garrett Riley's not getting anything going with Kate Klubnik. Klubnik looks like a shell of his former self last year. And Syracuse just played harder. I mean, from the jump, just scored a touchdown, kicked it onside, got the ball back, scored again, and then from that point on, they dominated basically the entire game. And then Clemson kept screwing up in their attempts to come back. So I don't know. I mean, definitely Dabo. The whole entire staff needs to own up to it because it was a terrible performance. I mean, pathetic. I mean, what else can you say? This is a game they should have won. They're favored by 17, and they got pretty much destroyed. So.
Yeah. I mean, I know that Clemson has a tendency in previous years, maybe not every Dabo team, but they have a tendency to peak later in the year. So they might still get better, but I don't know. You start off like this, it can kind of eat away at a collective mentality of the team. You know what I mean? Like you get used to losing early on, and you'll see some guys that might just give up. You know, they realize that their playoff chances are pretty much toast now.
They weren't before this game. I mean, that's the sad thing. I mean, they 1 and 2, you went out the rest of the way. I mean, they could still have gotten in, but now they're pretty much toast. I don't know. It's really bizarre the lack of effort Clemson displayed in this game.
It's just crazy to see because so many people had Clemson picked to win the national title. You know what I mean? And
I was never that high on Clemson. I thought they'd be way better than this, but I don't understand why people thought that.
I didn't think so either. I didn't have them. I didn't have them in the top tier at all, but a lot of people did. And it's kind of similar with Kansas State, which obviously people weren't picking them to win the national title, but they were picking them to win the Big 12.
Kansas State is bad. That's sad.
Yeah, but I think that it's kind of like Florida State last year too, come in with a bunch of hype and just end up completely terrible. But with the Big 12, I would have expected it more. I expected Clemson to still be pretty good. I didn't think that they were actually a legitimate national title contender, but I thought they'd be a lot better than this, you know? So, but it's a strange sport. This happens every year. It just seems that it's becoming more and more dramatic, and I think that's why a lot of people look at a team like Indiana and maybe thought they would fall off a cliff. You know, but that doesn't appear to be the case. And people
Signetti just seems unique, man. I don't know. I mean, I know people get sick of me talking about him, but he looks like the real deal. His entire coach career, he wins.
He's a good coach.
I mean, he's fiery. He pushes the right buttons. He's got a great staff. That's a key. I'd be more worried if Indiana loses the staff, you know, than almost Signetti himself, which obviously if they lose Signetti, they're going to lose the staff. But I'm just saying, like, if they have Signetti and they don't have the staff, they could – the staff is really good. I mean, everyone wanted Brian Haynes, our defensive coordinator. Everyone wanted him. Everyone wanted him. And Indiana gave him 2 raises in the same offseason. 1 raise, and then when Penn State was around, another raise. So, yeah, Indiana's staff is great. And that's a big deal. I mean, that's why IU won under Allen. Yeah, you had Penix, but they had DeBoer and Wannick.
Mm-hmm.
That's why they won.
Yeah, they need to dedicate. Like I think Steven put it in the chat earlier that they actually are estimated, which you never know with those NIL estimates, but they're probably definitely in the top 20. So, but they need to really pony up to keep the staff, because cohesion with that is definitely. It's paramount if they're going to try to really build this into a program that has like sustained success long term.
And they can do it. That's the thing. Like they legitimately can do it. It's just
up
because Indiana, like everybody says, like, oh, IU doesn't have the money. Yeah, they do.
Well,
schools have the money that don't commit.
Yeah,
like literally, Indiana's got the money. It's just they have to actually say, hey, you know, we can win. We want to continue to win. And if we do that, you know, Indiana could be good for the next 10 years because Signetti probably will coach for another close to a decade, I'm sure. Probably. I mean, he doesn't look 64, 65 years old. You know, he doesn't move, act, sound that old.
Yeah, he's a young.
Like he wants to coach for a while longer. You know, if you want to win and win consistently, and Indiana has proven they can win now, you gotta pony up. I mean, it's like, yeah, I shame Tech, but I mean, Texas Tech has no business being good either. You know, just like Indiana technically doesn't. I think the thing that's more funny to me with Texas Tech is that like Curt Cignetti just feels more like a lightning in a bottle type of deal, where Indiana just struck gold with the right hire, and it's working out tremendously, and now the support's kind of falling. Whereas Texas Tech, the NIL is coming now, so yeah. Now come back on pit. Whereas Texas Tech, I was just worried that your audio is not going to work, but hopefully it'll work. I'll give you another shot.
Okay, I'm just taking a check. I'm still in the same place. Damn, I got to sort this out for myself. I don't know why I can't hear y'all through my phone when I shift over to talk.
So
my
weird.
bad. I'm old and technology in my ass. I'll dump out now. Jimmy, I'm sorry I had to fight at your White Panther party.
Oh, it's okay. I appreciate you for being in the chat. I appreciate you for coming on. I mean, like I said, I really wish we could talk. It just sucks. I don't know how to fix that because I'm terrible at tech. I just know how to get on here and push play and do a little bit, but I'm not that technologically advanced. But yeah, but what we were saying again, Indiana, like, yeah, with IU, it's just they can win. And it's like if you let Signetti leave or walk away and you let the staff walk away, you're going to end up going back to being garbage. And you don't want that. Now you can win.
And you can see the fan base tonight too. I mean, that place was wild. I've never seen. I mean, I've seen last year for the Michigan game. It looked like, and they said that it was a pretty good environment, but that place was absolutely bonkers at the beginning of the game.
Yeah, winning changes everything. I mean, I had the TV up not that loud at first, and I could hear it. I'm just like, wow. And people say Indiana fans don't exist. I mean, a lot of them existed. They just never cared. Indiana's got a massive alumni base. It's just they never care because, like, why are they going to go watch a team that's 2-10 every year?
Yep. But it's a good. I like to have success. Not going to be like Caden and just want to have everybody else be terrible. Like it's good to see it now. If they start to beat Ohio State consistently, then I might actually start to look at Signetti and view him as a villain in my life. But right now, it's a good story. I mean, so I watch it, and not that I was really rooting for one or the other tonight. I mean, I think Bielema's a good coach too, and I think he's done a good job of turning Illinois around. I was just shocked. I did not think that would happen. I went into the game and I was waiting all day. I was doing lots of random stuff, and I didn't really get to sit and like watch a whole game out of any of the games. I was doing this and that, and I was watching here and there. But I was like, I just want to watch this one game tonight because there's no Buckeye game. So that was the game that I was gonna like make sure that I. And then by the middle of the second quarter, I was like, screw this, I'm gonna play some video games. I was like, this is so. And then I turned it back on third quarter, and it's like, my goodness, this is crazy. What's going on here?
I think the thing that just frustrates me, Hummus, as a, Alabama fan that likes Indiana, again, reasons I've made clear before, and they being good makes me very happy for their fan base, and it's just really cool to see this. I think it's amazing. And I just don't understand the national media's lack of just positive press or any press at all towards this team. I don't understand it. I think it's actually asinine. Like it's insane. I turned on again Miami Florida game, and there were several game breaks, and they were showing Arch Manning throwing touchdowns against Sam Houston. They were showing Arizona State Baylor, and they were showing just whatever games, right? And it's like they not one time did they talk about this game.
Yeah, well, until Indiana, I mean, we see the fans in the stands, but until they produce the high TV ratings on their own, then that'll be the case because that's the way it goes. You know what I mean? But
I agree with that, but I mean, I still think it's bogus though. Like
100%. And the reality,
like Tulane. The years like Tulane's been good, or Boise or Memphis. Like they kept showing Memphis. Oh, Memphis beat Arkansas. They could be in the college football playoff. It's like, cool.
Yeah, because cool. They paint that as like a true Cinderella. And what they should be looking at with Indiana, what they do is that every time I see the national talking heads go on about Indiana, it's always questioning their ranking and this and that. At least last year it was, saying, do they deserve to be here, this and that, when it came to the CFP, when what they should have been doing is just appreciating like what it is, like the literally the losingest program in the history of power big time football, actually made it to the CFP, which is cool.
Yeah, it's insane to me. Like like last year, like I kept telling people, like, hey, I know people always paint me, I'm an IU guy, whatever, all that kind of stuff. Of course you're going to be acting this way, whatever. But I kept telling people, like, I don't understand why you guys, not you in particular, Hummus, or most of my chat, because you guys, again, are great, but like most people out there are not feeling similar feelings like, hey, this is cool. This is a great story. I have no connection to IU, don't care about IU, don't have to care about IU, but this is cool. Like, this is amazing. That this garbage team, this garbage program for basically the almost entirety of their existence, is finally doing something, and it's great. And again, with a 12-team playoff that they expanded, gives teams like this the opportunity to even make it. Maybe didn't, but it's like they became the villain. Indiana became a villain, even more than SMU somehow, that they made it. And I'm just like, okay,
Well,
why?
yeah.
Why do you like? You got like Steven saying that Bob Knight's the reason they hate Indiana, and it's like that's like 25 years ago,
And that was basketball too.
and that's basketball.
But I mean, I think part of it is simple. Like, I hate to always be this person, but like the SEC and ESPN, the way that they're completely intertwined at this point, the reality is that they were trying to discredit Indiana because they wanted another, the Paul Feinbaums of the world. They're paid to promote the SEC, and ESPN simply wanted another SEC team in the CFP and not a Big Ten team. So
Yeah, I mean, I don't disagree. It would have been different if it was Michigan.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
Michigan fans, but if it was Michigan in that spot, they'd been fine with it. Oh, Michigan, yeah, it's Michigan. Because again, it is a lot of it is SEC, and as much as I do love Alabama, there is a lot of SEC bias still, but it's also because again, like you said, IU's not a draw,
right?
But that should not stop people from being excited about it.
Oh no, absolutely not.
Even like. I get blown away. The one that I've criticized almost the most is that Heather Dinich lady that works for ESPN because she's an Indiana alum and she's talked some of the most crap about IU. And I'm like, you graduated from there.
I didn't see that.
You graduated from there. And the last 2 years, she's Indiana's overranked. Indiana should not have made the playoffs. I'm like, what is wrong with you, honestly? Like, you graduated from there. Like, you should at least have some connection, like, hey, like, yeah, I know I'm supposed to say this, but it's like, this is cool. Like, let's just cool. Versus, they shouldn't be there. It's annoying to me. Like, honestly, it annoys me to no end. I cannot believe that this game just happened and literally nobody's talking about it in the media. Nobody at all. Like, yeah, Todd Blackledge said some nice things, and obviously NBC, Big Ten. But I even turned on Fox and they weren't talking about it. Not even Fox. And I'm like, yeah, Fox is Big Ten. I don't know. Yeah, well, Stephen Cherry, I think most people, including myself, really don't care. I think it's just more so the fact that it's so blatantly obvious that it just needs to be said. You know what I'm saying? Because again, like, if Illinois, I swear, if Illinois was up 63-10, then they'd be talking about it right now. I swear. It would have been, when I turned it to Florida, Miami, and some of these other games, they'd have been talking about it. But Indiana did it. Nope. It's crazy. I think it's unreal. Like, honestly, I think it's crazy. And there's going to be people out there that are going to use the argument Illinois is no good to say that IU is still no good and that they should not be in the top 10. Indiana should be in the top 10.
Oh, yeah.
At number 10 or 9 or 8 or something like that right now for what they just
get ready for that narrative.
Top 10 team. They just completely destroyed them, but still people are going to say that, and it just boggles my mind. Florida State's ranked 7th now. Wow, holy crap, how did that happen? They were unranked. They're 7th now because they beat my team out. So, okay.
We'll have to see. But, yeah, I mean, there's a lot of bogus stuff that goes on in the media. And I'm not pinning everything on ESPN because, like I said, money makes the world goes around, and it is what it is. So that's why, if you notice, there used to be even more hate on Ohio State with a lot of the ESPN talking heads. But I think they realized they probably got the higher ups probably told them, hey, back off a little bit, because even though they fully lost the Big Ten contract, now they realize that for Ohio State they basically have a de facto contract because they're always going to be in the playoff every year. So now they're looking at them as kind of like their property again, knowing they're probably going to get them 2-3 games a year and some of the highest rated games that you would get. So it's all kind of corrupt when it comes to that because it feeds into a narrative, and then the kids see it, and we think that it's all about NIL, but it's not all about NIL. A lot of kids that are from families that aren't poor, they go where they want to go, and they look at the culture, and they look at, am I going to be seen on TV? Am I going to be like the next Jeremiah Smith or the next, whoever is Alabama or Georgia? So like it is a discredit to Indiana. But once again, as we know, we won't get into anything political, but we see what they do in the media with politics across the board, and they like to paint narratives one way or the other, and it's kind of gets people to believe something that might not be true. So it is a shame, and I agree with you on that, Jeffrey. They should just acknowledge Indiana, and
that's all I even want. And again, it's not for me because again, I don't really care. I honestly don't care. I think it's great that they all crap and talking about them and all that, because I mean that just reinforces why I like rooting for them because of that fact, literally. So I don't really care. It's just for me though. It's like the ethical thing. I hear that word a lot. Ethical. And it's like that word is just stupid because most people do not actually care about ethical things in this world. Because if they actually did, then you would consider all sides. Because everybody has a side. You know what I'm saying? Like, you're a fan of this team. Don't like anybody else. That's your side. You're not gonna feel positive things toward other things. Unless you're just like Mr. Neutrality. Not really how it works, right? So it's like to be truly ethical about every situation, including this Indiana situation, you have to consider all sides. But that's not how it works. There's always a side that is dominant in a conversation. And that conversation in this instance is that Indiana does not deserve to get talked about and they still suck and screw them and whatever. And that's okay. But it's just ridiculous because when it comes to media and communication, again, that word ethics and ethicalness is all thrown around, and there's not a lot of that ever.
No.
And yeah, like I said, I'm with you. I'm not going to touch any of that because that's not what this show is for. It's not what my channel is for. Yeah. But bogus because it's so blatant, and sometimes people are just that blind that they can't see it right in front of them, and it blows my mind. It's like right there, you can see it. It's there, but you don't see it because you just buy into everything.
The one benefit to it for Cignetti and this current team is that they can use it as motivation. Say, hey, look, nobody respects us. Nobody respected us last year. That's always a good motivator. Continue to, no matter how much success they have, if people keep crapping on them and doubting them, you can use that as fuel. So that's the one benefit to the team.
How do you feel about this, Hummus? Let's not act like Cignetti isn't cocky and arrogant. That turned a lot of people off. I want to hear your thoughts on that.
Oh, he is, but the thing is that, like I said, the reason why I brought up Dabo is because I think Dabo needs to take his medicine, and I know that Dabo's maybe earned the right to act the way he has because he does have 2 national titles, and that's something that nobody else other than Kirby Smart can say right now in the coaching profession. But like, I don't know. He doesn't rub me as wrong as Dabo does. I'll be honest. Like I think Dabo is more arrogant. I think Cignetti's arrogance is. I don't even know if I call it arrogant. I think he's just very confident and definitely a little bit cocky. But he, I don't know. It doesn't really bother me that much, honestly. Like he's a personality. You know what I mean? But to each their own. Some people might have a different opinion. They might say, no, Dabo doesn't bother me that much. I can't stand Cignetti. So, well, I just don't understand how people say like they hate Ryan Day or something like that. Like sometimes it just doesn't make any sense. I know he kind of went off on Lou Holtz that time. Or like people that hate Nick Saban. Like I don't get that. You know what I mean? Like these are just like football guys. You know what I mean? Like they don't really, their personality's not the main thing. Like, yeah, they have a personality, but they're all about ball. Like that's all there is to it.
Yeah, I agree with you on that. I mean, the thing is we don't know any of these people, like personally. I mean, I feel like in this day and age of social media where like you feel like you know everybody because everything's so transparent, tweets and, just because what people say online or what they say on, in front of the camera, like a coach does in front of the media and the cameras does not mean, that you know these people. You don't know these people. You don't know the behind the scenes of these people. Some people are completely. Signetti might be the most chill dude on planet Earth behind the camera, or he might. I know people are like he's the same because I've heard like some of the players say, "Oh, he's the same." I'm just saying, like knowing him personally, he might be different. He might be worse. I don't know. That's what I'm saying, though. You don't know because you don't know the guy. I don't know Ron Day. I don't know Dabo. I don't know any coach. I've never in my life. I'm not saying that will always be the case. I don't know what profession I'm going to do. I love doing this. I don't know what will happen, but I've never talked to a college football coach before, ever, in any setting. So I don't know any of them. I just talk about like Coach Prime, because Steve Cherry's mentioned. I give Coach Prime crap because he got a lot of hype just because he's Coach Prime and hasn't deserved it at all. That's the only reason I talk crap about Coach Prime. I don't know Coach Prime at all. He's a fantastic player in his day. He was insanely good, and a lot of people like the guy personally. I don't know him, though, but I just know all the hype that he got was not deserved at all. And that's the only reason I talk crap about him. But I mean, I'm not talking crap about him personally in any way.
Yeah, his personality really as a coach hasn't been quite as flamboyant and insane as it was as a player. He was really something as a player, but I mean, I don't know. With most, my point is that like with the majority of coaches, it's kind of like they might be a little rough around the edges or this or that, but like. Very few of them actually like garner like universal praise or universal hate. You know what I mean? Like I think almost everybody who's a fan of college football loved Mike Leach. You know what I mean? Like everybody loved Mike Leach. There's always somebody like, but then with most people they're just kind of in between. You know, they're just kind of in between. Usually the only time that really draws somebody is like, are they winning? Are they dominant? So people hated Saban just because he won so much, you know. And I think it's become the same thing with like Ryan Day, and I think Dan Lanning's kind of, which I know Dan Lanning could be maybe a little bit aggressive mentality too. So like I said, but usually it's not fully to one side of like this person really deserves all of this like hatred that everybody's throwing at them. I don't know. It's something interesting. It adds to the sport more so than in the NFL. In the NFL, everything's just so manufactured. It seems like the coaches aren't. Like you had Belichick. You had people with big personalities like Bill Parcells and people like that you know. But seems like more so with college football throughout my life, the coaches were always like a big part of like the public perception of a program even more so than NFL. But
I agree with that. I mean, the NFL is completely different. Manufactured is it's an interesting word because I don't disagree with that. It's there's something to be said about college football, man. You know, like with the passion and the history and the just pageantry, just all of it. It's just the NFL doesn't have that. They don't have the traditions. They don't have all that. It's just I love the NFL too, but it ain't the same. Like I don't feel any affinity. Like I like the Panthers. You know, I like the Panthers. I grew up when Cam Newton was good and all that, and it was fun. And I lived in the state of North Carolina. It was fun. You know, great. But like I don't have that type of affinity for the Panthers, even if they were winning a lot, that I would for Alabama football or Indiana or Carolina basketball or whatever other team that I like. You know, I mean, because college sports is different. It's just better. And that's why all these changes that have been going on in college football it seem more like the NFL I hate so much because you don't want it to be NFL light. You know, you don't want it like that. It's different. It's its own thing. You know, coaches are supposed to be this way. They're supposed to be, you know, making the media mad and making fans angry, and players just do, you know, insane stuff because they're kids. They're not NFL professional players. It's just different. You know, like the fights, the history, the bands, the all that. It's just the Bulls were cool, but now they're dead. And it's all about the playoff. It's different. It's still great. It's still college football, but it has changed.
Yeah. Well, I think that if they can I think that once again, it's all we all know. Like I said before, it's all about money, and I think that they know. I hope that the people that are in control are smart enough to know that the thing that makes college football special and unique is the pageantry and these little quirky traditions and the bands and all this stuff and the personalities and just the history. So I hope that they're smart enough to realize that you can't abandon this stuff and turn it into the NFL, because if you do, then nobody's going to like it, because the reality is that the product on the field different, but it's not as intense, and the games a lot of the times just simply aren't as competitive. So we're watching multiple games, and it's like a lot of the times if you're watching NFL games and one's on and it doesn't have anything to do with the playoff picture later on in the year or whatever, it's like a throwaway. But like with college football, it was always, I just want to see what happens here. You know what I mean? I want to see who wins this rivalry, or, and there was so many to choose from, and it didn't even matter if it was your team or even the team that your conference played in or whatever. You'd watch whatever was there, because it was unique. So I hope that they don't lose that and lose sight of that when they start to shape the sport going forward. But we'll see what happens. It'll be interesting to see. I think that it's still fun for me and, the playoff, but I'm a fan of Ohio State. So, we see what happens every time they expand. Both times they expanded the playoff, we won the first year. So, of course, I'm going to say no. I'm not going to push back on playoff expansion, because you're just giving the Buckeyes more of a chance than they already have. So, which is not what other people want to hear. You're a fan of a blue blood, you like the idea of it, but I don't know. So I probably have a different opinion than a lot of people do, especially people who are fans of teams like Oregon State and Washington State and some of these other schools that have been left behind, and even conferences that potentially could crumble again. So, but I don't know. It's a great sport. I love it. But hey, Jeffrey, I'm going to get off of here. And get something to eat real quick, and then finish watching this game and get some sleep, man. But
absolutely, Hummus. I appreciate you for coming on. I appreciate everybody for coming on. I'll wrap the show up as well, because I can get some sleep. But this was fun. I enjoyed today, and I appreciate you coming on, Hummus.
Yeah. Thanks, man. Thanks for having me on. And finally, we got to talk some ball after the comedy hour. So.
Just had to be patient. Patience is a virtue, right?
I'll talk to you, man. Good talking.
All right, you have a good night, Hummus. Always a pleasure. But definitely appreciate everybody for being here tonight. Sorry we didn't get to chat as well, Piss Night. I wanted to talk. Maybe next week. Maybe we'll be able to next week. But I will get to the other games. But, I mean, we touched on all the big ones. What a week of college football. It's still going. We got Michigan State, USC on. That's crazy. We'll see what happens there. Colorado, Wyoming. But biggest winner of the day, Indiana over Illinois. What a performance. We got some big games, though. We got some big games coming up next week. Oregon, Penn State, Alabama, Georgia. I cannot wait for next week. It's going to be all Indiana, Iowa is a good game. Definitely a lot of cool stuff next week. And I appreciate that, Steven. I appreciate that. You guys are awesome. I just enjoy talking college football. I mean, like I said, a lot of people, like this is their whole career. They make a career out of this stuff. I don't know if that'll happen or not, but I just love talking college football and college basketball with you guys, and some pro sports as well. If that happens, I will be, so blessed and appreciative of that. But whatever happens, I always will be loving talking college football with you guys. And, as busy as my schedule is, I try to do live streams, every week, especially during the season, as promised. And I appreciate you guys' support, the super chats from Jackson, Godfather, and Kate and the Dealer Freak as well. I mean, you guys, it just, I appreciate it so much. You don't know how much these words mean to me, because I just love doing this. I just love coming on here and talking sports, especially college football. It's the best sport. Like Hummus Hero said, it is the best sport by far. I've never played college football in my life. A lot of people say you have to play the sport, to love it or talk about it. I never played college football in my life. I've played a lot of recreational football, but I've never played college football in my life. But I watch a whole lot of college football. and it's just fun, and you guys make it so much better. I'm so glad that I started my channel 3 years ago, and yeah, got to start meeting all of you guys because you guys are amazing. I appreciate it so much. Yeah, Steve, I love go having our awesome like back and forth on X and on here. I love it. Like every time I mention Signetti, I think of you instantly when I do that. It's great. Like all this stuff is it's so fun. Same with you, Pit Snipe. I mean, it's what makes this great. That's why we love college football. It's the back and forth, the banter. I mean, the whole time I'm watching Indiana win, and I'm just like, I can't wait to come on here. And even if they had a loss, I'd have come on here, still with a smile on my face. It would suck, but it was great. If Alabama loses to Georgia next week, it is what it is. I'll still be on here. It's great, the back and forth. And sometimes I do get a little ranty, as the people say, but that's just passion. I have a lot of passion for this stuff, so it just comes out a little bit, But I appreciate you guys. You guys are awesome. Thanks so much, and definitely can't wait to be back this week, probably with Will and D to do our college football predictions for next week, and then I'll be back on Saturday night to recap Week 5. It's gonna be a great Week 5. But what a great week of college football! The playoff race has been shaken up a little bit. And a lot of great games. Some were duds, but we had some good games. But overall, it was a great week of college football, headlined by IU's massive win over Illinois, the best in program history. But appreciate everybody for being here tonight. Like the stream down below, subscribe to the channel if you're new, share the stream out on social media. Most importantly, appreciate everybody for being here. And I hope you guys